Yeah, I think we definitely did do it tough, but I think we knew that we were going to come with a much different energy and intent, and they definitely did that. So I'm sure their coach is really proud of their efforts, and it just took us a little bit of time to get going, and I think that the second half defensively were much better than the first, and that's where the game ultimately was won.
And patience as well, because it took you to the hour mark before you actually managed to put the scores on that won the game.
Yeah, I think obviously we had to be patient. We probably didn't stick to the process enough, because if we did, we'd probably have seen more points early doors, and have been in the game and the possession battle a lot more. But I think that we know that the longer we stay in a game, there's more than there's we're going to find a way to win. But yeah, definitely. I think we were patient, but also not firing early doors.
Defence, obviously, the forefront of it, but kicking game as well in that last quarter. Caitlin Casey in particular put the ball in the right places for you.
Yeah, I think she was much better with the boot this week and the decision making, so that allowed us just to really turn Wigan around where we wanted to turn them around, and then front load our energy on the back of that, so that was much better in the second half as well.
And have you thought yet about what getting to Wembley means personally and obviously for the club?
I think we all knew before that what it meant. And I think that the girls probably realised at half-time just how much it meant, because we had to really regroup and have 40 minutes to get the job done. So I think that there were, time in that changing room which allowed us to reflect. But look, we want to be history makers and we want to be winners. And you've got to, one, get to Wembley to make history, and two, go on and win to be the competitors that we're all here. We want to win. So yeah, we're glad we booked his place, and we're just looking forward to the next couple of weeks now.
And I'm sure Amy hasn't thought about it, but playing your old club as well.
Yeah, do you know, when you just said that, then you made me cry thinking about just what it means to get to Wembley, being, especially saying to us and just being the first women's Super League team to have that opportunity to play there, and, saying to watch the game yesterday, and they deserved it. They came away, they did it to the last minute, and, what better team to play it? What better team to play, should I say? But I'm just emotional thinking about it, because for me it's like it's a bit of a dream now. So
I think you can tell as well, I watched the game obviously yesterday, and I think that it's so good that there's a large number of players that are going to get that opportunity. It's great for young girls as well, coming through the system, that they see what it means to be at that elite level. But for players like Amy, Shona, Jodie, Hannah Butcher, this is that just reward for always sticking and paving that way, So I think well deserved, and yeah, it's good.
It's your fourth Challenge Cup final in 5 years, but does this feel like a slightly different team?
Oh, it's a massively different team. We've recruited well. Obviously, Amy sat next to us, and we've got a massive trust in our youth system and the process that brings us on, in terms of people like Caitlin Casey playing, and Ruby Enright. There's so many I could name, but yeah, we've got a new bunch, but that brings excitement. I think you saw what Lee did yesterday. I think we've got a group of players that you can tell are committed to each other and hungry to do what Leeds Rhinos do, and that's be competitors and go out there to win at all costs. So yeah, it's a real great bunch of players, and we're happy with where we're heading. So yeah.
Amy, you've done most things in the game. Will running out at Wembley top everything?
I need to get picked first, but
sorry, subject to selection, assuming that you get picked.
Yeah, no. Honestly, like I say, I don't want to think too much, because I've been thinking it for a long time, and it's not easy when you move teams and stuff like that. But for me at 34 to be able to say that I played at Wembley, it might be my first time, it might not be, but I think when I'm there, that's when the moment will hit me. That's when it'll feel real. In a bit of a dream at the moment. It's surreal that in a few weeks' time I'm going to be walking out of that tunnel and making history.
We expect a spectacular hair colour.
A what, sorry?
A spectacular hair colour.
I think blue me.
Hair colour?
Yeah.
No, I can't go to colour, because my hairdresser will go mad with me, because we've only just gone back blonde. I'm actually getting fresh locks in on Tuesday, so I'm going to be blonde. Be blonde for then.
Keara, how good does that feel, first of all, to get to the final?
Yeah, obviously starting today I had just one task, which was focusing on this week, getting my team there. It's been a tough week obviously, but my focus was just, if I could contribute to my team getting to Wembley, then that was my full focus, and I did my best today for them, so yeah, happy with my performance.
I don't know which.
I'll take it.
Are you looking to appeal
Yeah.
The 2 suspensions, both of them.
Yep.
Can you say anything? I know you won't want to say
I won't say too much here, but I think that there's good grounds to appeal on, and we'll be doing that this week. And look, Keara's and Keara have been the professionals that they are, and great team players in terms of just putting obviously a tough week for them to one side. And we've seen appeals been overturned, so the RFL and the disciplinary board have got a real tough job to do, but we'll be putting our thoughts out there, and we'll see what we come to. But yeah.
And that's on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keara, I mean, obviously you can't talk too much about the hearing, but it must have been a tough week for you.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm a team player, so I do everything for my team and team first, so I didn't have time to sulk about it. I'm not going to sulk about it, sorry, I'm going to remain positive until the final decision is made. I'm lucky that I've got a lot of people in my corner, which I'm very grateful for, and whatever happens, I'll be there cheering on the girls, whether I can help them out. That's to be decided.
Lois, I think Amy said she was relieved. Was that your main emotion
Today? Frustration, I would say, for the first half. I think we know how good we are and can be, but I think that you can't take away from Wigan. They were a much improved side from any time that we've played them, and that's what Cup Rugby brings about. It brings, a desire, a want, and a focus, and that, after the nines, that'll have been a massive focus point for them playing us in the semis. So, in the semis, sorry. So, yeah, frustrated, and no, I don't think there at any point I didn't think that we would be going to Wembley in terms of knowing what we can do, and I just have a massive belief in the girls and the group that we've got. So, yeah, it was nice to see Caitlin Beavers storming down the edge just to take a little bit of pressure off the girls ultimately, because you could tell there were nerves and a bit of tension there, but that'll put us in good stead for playing in a massive game like what a final is. So I think we've seen that we can weather the storm and we can be patient, and we will always stick together. That's the key thing for us.
And it's been 2 tremendous semi-finals, hasn't it?
For
the viewing public, it's all, as much as it is about winning, it's about promoting the women's game, and I thought both games have done that.
I think so. I think all 4 teams can hold their heads high and know that they've done a massive thing for the sport this weekend. Really, really good games, and just shows how tough the women's sport is, how tough the game is, and how much skill there is on show, considering how poor the conditions have been the last couple of days. So, I think it's been great, and hopefully there's been a lot of young girls watching on who are inspired by that, and a lot of other people watching who want to tune in to the final at Wembley or buy the ticket as well.
Ruby Enright looked like she'd got an arm and
shoulder. So yeah, she'll go for an X-ray, and we'll see how she is. She's obviously a little bit concerned at the moment, and as we are, but she's got to take it a minute at a time, and she'll go get the X-ray, and we'll focus on that after we know the outcome.
Who do you think will go into the final as favourites?
I don't know, and I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. Like, if it's Saints, then that's good. That's it suits either or. I'm not particularly. I guess you've got to say Saints in the fact that they've beat us in the league, but I think then everyone knows that you never write off a Rhinos side, and they rise to the occasion. So yeah. You're giggling.
No, it's true. That's one thing I always remember when we were at Saints is you can't underestimate Leeds, because they always bring it back, and end of the day they still hold the Challenge Cup, don't they? So they potentially could go in as favourites, but for us, all you can see from the past few weeks is that we're improving. So we'll come back again in a few weeks and face them, and they're not going to expect what they played us in the
early
season,
doors. Yeah.
So.
And just finally for me, I know you don't like picking out individuals, but Beth Dainton's performance today was outstanding.
Yeah, Bethan's a great player, a quality player, and I think she's learning week on week as well, which is really, really good and really coachable in terms of she always wants to do more and be better. So yeah, she's been great. She's copped one up nose, which she's fuming about, and she's got a bit of a dead leg. But yeah, she's great. She's dangerous, and what's refreshing for us is that we've got forwards who will do big minutes and be true competitors as well. So I think she's had a right stint today, and yeah, she'll be happy that she probably made the switch to league and has had a great start with Leeds Rhinos.